Good morning, everyone. Yes, it kind of looks like I'm looking down on you. That's just the way I have to sit up here. And no disrespect intended. Uh, it was hot again yesterday. A sauna all day long. And then it rained. It was a storm came through here and it rained. Just this. Everything's cooled down now. Just wonderful, wonderful to sit here. And yeah, I have to sit on the front porch. The back porch is all wet. uh, I was shown something this morning through a movie I started watching called Jesus Revolution. Uh, I recommend the movie. So far, so good. But I had to stop it in the middle and go, okay, I got it, guys, I gotta go. Do my Bible reading. And it very much goes along with what we're reading right now in 1 Samuel. When God established Israel with all the tribes, he established that Levite tribe, yes? And one thing that was different for the Levites than for the rest of the tribes, they couldn't inherit anything. They didn't get any land, this or that. They had a specific position among the Israelites. And that changed, didn't it? I think it's very clear that changed, and that God's direction for the Levite tribe wasn't followed anymore. And what kind of problems started to occur? Yes? How is King Saul behaving towards David, and for what reason? Because he has, though he's supposed to lead the people, be something better for the people. Yes? Make things better for the people. He's worried about what? Losing something. Losing his authority over the people. Losing his power over the people. Losing his throne. In this movie, The Jesus Revolution, it's in the 70s, the hippie movement and this and that. It's all part of it, kind of. And one sees the two sides of that. The kitty, Elliot, come here. The car's leaving. Come here, girly girl. That's it. That's a girl. Huh? Where you going, Elliot? Let's stay here. You guys want to see the beautiful kitty I got here? Here, look at her. Oh, she says, no, I don't want to be up there. I chose the two sides. Right? Yes, the side where the drugs are the spiritual kind of enlightenment and all the things that people at that time, young people, went through, and the side effects of it, and then the other side of it where there is this guy kind of looks a little like Jesus, and he's preaching what? I am the way, the life, and the truth. The truth, the way, and the life. However one wants to set it in progression. And he teaches a preacher whose church is more or less empty on how, gotta preach to everyone. Yes, not just what suits your belief and your way of teaching God's word. And so suddenly in the home, and that young man, he looked like he was in his 30s, was invited by his daughter to stay at the house. And he talked to him. Okay. Then suddenly the whole house was just filled with believing hippies. Okay? Kind of. And that's not good, and this and that. And the few that were in the church, the parishioners, were not happy with suddenly having one side of the church just filled with all these young people in hippie clothes and this and that, right? Yeah, everyone though. I'm barefoot. I don't know what. And yeah, said you really can't let them come and just take over, kind of thing, which again, and well, one watches and goes, yeah, there you go. Yeah, suddenly you get overrun by people in your home. And are they cleaning up after themselves? Are they contributing to all the food they're eating? This, that. Okay. And of course, what came up was, open the door. Right? If Jesus stands in front of your door, are you going to open the door, or what are you going to do? Right? And as I kept watching, the one thing that came up was one of the parishioners says, look, we got this new carpet in here. They come in with their dirty feet, barefoot, you know. Well, first of all, shoes are dirty too. What do you carry in with your shoes, right? Okay. Right. So what does this pastor do? He's, before they enter the church, all them young people with no shoes on, he washes their feet. Ah! Anyway, so he takes care of that, right? Of course. The older generation not happy with the solution, though it's the perfect solution to their complaint. Right? Yes? So what's the complaint, really? And it kind of dawned on me suddenly on how Jesus just went from place to place to preach and teach. And there really wasn't anything to take away from Jesus, was there? He didn't have anything. The little that he had, the disciples, I'm sure, were worried. Where are we going to sleep tonight? How are we going to have some money to get some food? This and that, right? Yes? Okay. And I looked at, yes, we want to be out there and preach God's word, but we're doing it with what? With a whole lot of possessions. Where then, when we actually make a difference in the world and suddenly people flock to us, then we get worried about what? Are they going to take away something that we have in the material world? Right? Yes? And that gets in the way, doesn't it? So, why us, God's people? Why us, prophets? Why us, pastors, priests? Should we not have anything, not inherit anything when it comes to the materialistic side of things? Come here, Elliot. Elliot, you worry me. I don't want to watch you get run over right here in front of my eyes. Come here. Come on, that girl. Come here. Come on. Just a moment. Look, they are going now. Looks like they're going somewhere to the beach. Yeah, the sun just came out and it's warm again. Yes, it's going to be another hot day. Hey, girl. Let's hope they leave soon. It's taking them forever to get out of here. I found that in my own life, just scaling down and not really have much. Okay, what do I have? Well, consider it God's place. And I've been also told by many people, why are you taking in all them people? Why are you? Because of it, most of them cause nothing but problems, this and that. And one gets influenced by that. One really does. Mm. But I'm starting to understand better and better on what the tribe of Levites, the tribe of the Levites, what their purpose was, still is. That's when you're in God's service. And if there is worry that when people suddenly do come, for one reason or another, that one is ready to always give God's word to start with. The ones that just come to what? be onlookers or this or that, they will leave again. Or they will start to change as well. Or one just has the right people there that God has sent to us. Yes? So, if suddenly one is in a position where you are giving God's word that's not yet starting to worry about your possessions, then you need to just get rid of the possessions. Yes? Alright. Interesting. Alright, let's get going here with. And I said before, if I have more than what I need, it goes someplace else. I did make a little bit of money here, watching that boy. It's all gone. I had a little debt still, that I still have a little, but to someone that most of it I was able to pay off now. Yes, it's a thing. It's a thing. You keep a promise, that is that. And the rest of it went to, I was able to get some nice birthday presents for my children. And then I just gave it to wherever I felt it needed to go to contribute to where I was. And even my oldest granddaughter, who helped very much with all their other children, I gave her a little something as well. So I'm going home with none, not a dollar in my pocket. You gotta love it. Why are you gonna take from someone who has nothing, yet has so much to give when it comes to God's word, God's love, God's ideal? Yes? Alright. Okay. It's good reminder this morning. Good reminder. So we're in 1 Samuel 21. David then got up and left, and Jonathan went back to the town. David and the priest at Nob. David then went to Nob, the Ahimelech the priest. Went to Nob to Ahimelech the priest. Ahimelech came out trembling to meet David and said, "Why are you alone? Why is nobody with you?" David replied to Ahimelech the priest, "The king has given me an order and said to me, 'Do not let anyone know anything about the mission on which I am sending you, or about the order which I have given you.'" Ooh, he's lying again? "I have arranged to meet the guards at such and such a place. Meanwhile, if you have 5 loaves of bread to hand, give them to me, or whatever there is." The priest replied to David, "I have no ordinary bread to hand. There are only consecrated loaves of permanent offering, provided that the men kept themselves from women." Huh? That's an interesting one. David replied to the priest, "Certainly, women have been forbidden to us. As always, when I set off on a campaign, the men's things are clean." The men's things are clean. When you go in war. When you go to war. What is this? Ah, okay. Though this is a profane journey, they are concerned. Though this is a profane journey, they are certainly clean today as far as their things are concerned. The priest then gave him what had been consecrated. There's another car leaving. Elliot, come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come here. Aw, this is a nice neighbor. He's actually watching out for the cat. All right. The priest then gave him what had been consecrated. For the only bread there was the loaves of permanent offering, which is taken out of Yahweh's presence, to be replaced by warm bread on the day when it is removed. Now one of Saul's servants happened to be there that day, detained in Yahweh's presence. His name was Doeg, the Edomite, and he was the strongest of Saul's shepherds. Ooh. David then said to Ahimelech, "Have you no spear or sword here to hand?" "I did not bring either my sword or my weapons with me, because the king's business was urgent." The priest replied, "The sword of Goliath, the Philistine whom you killed in the valley of the Terebinth, is here, wrapped in a piece of clothing behind the ephod. If If you are to take it, do so, for that is the only one here. David said, there is nothing like that one. Give it to me. I don't know what to say to that. Again, it's a story. David with the Philistines. David journeyed on, and that day fled out of Saul's reach, going to Achish, king of Gath. Achish's servant said to him, is not this David, the king of the country? Was it not of him that they sang as they danced, Saul has killed his thousands, and David his tens of thousands? Interesting that the Philistines already are acknowledging David as the king. How did that happen? David pondered on these words and became very frightened of Achish, king of Gath. When their eyes were on him, he played the madman, and when they held him, he feigned lunacy. He drummed his feet on the doors of the gate and let his spittle run down his beard. Achish said to his servants, you can see that this man is mad. Why bring him to me? Have I not enough madmen without your bringing me this one to weary me with his antiques? Is he to join my household? Why would David go? That's the end of 21. Why would David even go to, out of reach of Saul? And it's all these odd encounters, right? Again, David's just on the run right now, right? He's trying to stay alive. Which, interesting again, well, I guess when it comes down to it, if I want to continue what I started out with before the reading, there seems to be constantly two separate views on things, or two separate ways to go with a similar idea, a similar thing, and yet there's only one way, one truth, and one way to live when it comes down to it. And the confusion out there is very apparent. It was then, and it is now. Among whom? Our next generations. So again, as the older generations, what do? We can look at our younger generations and complain and say this and that all day long. And yet, where is the change truly needed first? To embrace our next generations. Yes? We demand respect as elders. Well, that has to be deserved as well. Well, time will tell. I say that quite often. If one is in doubt continuously about this or that, I think there's nothing wrong with looking for the truth, right? And discern truth. But there has to be, some things have to be absolutely constant within us. No doubt about our Heavenly Parent. No doubt at all. Knowing that there are many things in the Bible that have to be followed for a specific reason. Not to harass us, not to punish us, not to, what am I looking for? Hinder us or make life hard, or we can't then do this or that. It's so that we find to that true love and happiness that every human being deserves. Yes? Yeah. So, it's interesting that a week, about 7 days before I go home, come across this movie and watch it. What am I reading in the Bible right now? And what am I being given to go home with? Yes? Mm. And I love it. Absolutely love it. The guidance from heaven is never wrong. Guidance from heaven always encourages us again and again and again. Well, I sure felt a special embrace from my Father in heaven, my heavenly parents, Jesus, definitely, today. Just amazing. Oh, just cooled down again. It's going to rain again. Ah, interesting. Had a little sun shining on our video this morning, right? Now, yeah, I love it. It's so wonderful. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you, and I will. Talk to y'all another time.